So guys, we're just introducing our Townsville Tiger Sharks logbook, and it was an idea that came from the Jeff Hugel workshop that we did, and Jeff talked about the importance of being accountable for your training and reflecting on our training and knowing what we can do better and knowing what we did really well. So this is just a video to help you understand how to use this book. If you actually want to sit with me and talk through the book yourself, or sit together and talk about your goals, we can do that. But if you don't have time in your schedule, you can just look at this video and we'll work that way. So this starts with our Townsville Tiger Sharks values: the joy of swimming, great sportsmanship, and striving for excellence, which is very important. We've got a little explanation about how to use the logbook here, so you can always check on that. It's quite detailed, so take your time with it, allow some time to sit down and work through it. We've got some goals, and goals could be things that you can easily measure, like times. Times is probably the most measurable thing we have in swimming. PBs, A-grade times, qualifying times. You might want to be a member of the North Queensland Championships team or the State Sprint Championships team. You might want to improve on your strokes. You might want to improve on your skills. Down here, favourite 2 strokes. So we've all got our favourite strokes, and it's good to celebrate that. Are you a sprinter? Are you a middle distance swimmer? Or are you a long distance swimmer? You can circle one of those. Swimmers who I train really well with. So swimmers who really lift that energy and help bring out the best in the training. Over here we've got your personal best times, and what I've done for some swimmers is I've ruled a line across the middle and had short course at the top, long course at the bottom. It doesn't have to be that way. If you are a new swimmer and you just want to focus on the long course times, you just write in one time, or you might just write down your best time that you know. You can access those times from past results that have been published or on Swim Central. And it's really important that you get to know your time. So I've got all the events right through to the 200 freestyle, 200 medley. I haven't included any 400s. You can write those in there if you're a 400 metre swimmer. And then what you do is you write down your current time, and then each time you beat it, you write it in the next column. That way you can see your progress. PBs are a good way to measure progress, definitely. And over here we've got the logbook set up. So what we've asked swimmers, over here we've got our carnival dates, and what you should do is go through and tick all of the carnivals that you want to focus on, that you want to go to. And you don't need to go to every single meet, but it would be nice to go to a few, and it would be nice to focus on ones that you think you're going to do well at. And you can always chat with me about which carnivals would be good for you to go to.
And this is a half-year book. If we do the full year book, then we have the carnivals from July through to December as well.
Yep. So starting now, January, going through to club presentation in June. This is our logbook. So just pick one session per week to focus on. You might be somebody who swims 6 sessions a week. You might be somebody who swims 2 sessions a week. Just focus on one session each week to write the details of the session. So start off, circle the main strokes that you're focused on, and down here it says what I enjoyed most about this session. So some people really love dives, some people really love working on their turns or their stroke counts in breaststroke and things like that. So what I found most challenging, so some people might find 20/50s of butterfly really challenging. Most normal people do, but you can write down what you felt challenging. Breaststroke might be a difficult stroke for you. Okay, you might have done something different, something new that was challenging, and it doesn't have to be a bad challenge. It can be a good challenge, okay, that you've learned something from. what I did really well. So it's good to notice that, it's good to recognise that. I did really well in my 150 metres breaststroke time trial, that was excellent. You write that down, and one thing I need to work on. So that's a good question. It might be your freestyle turns, it might be your breaststroke finishes. You write down one thing that you felt you need to work on, and it might have come from Coach Matt. I might have said you need to work on that finish, or it might just be something you realise you need to work on. And this is a crucial question down here too. Did I perform my best streamlines? And that has to happen every single session without exception. So yes or no answer, no maybe. Over here, things that you can remember, your stroke counts, times, etc. So if you know you did 19.6 in your 25 freestyle, you can write that down. Stroke counts, you might have taken 4 or 5 strokes in your 25 breaststroke, or you might have done a mini max for Makos, minimum strokes, maximum speed. Write down that data. Just has to be a snapshot. You don't have to write the whole list of everything you did. And anything else you can remember other data. So it might have been, did you hold 5 dolphin kicks off every push-off for 425s of butterfly? Yeah, things like that. Any questions or comments for the coach? So you write down your questions, and I'll look at that later, and I'll give you feedback in here later. You give me this logbook at the end of every single week, and I'll give you the feedback you need. Over here, this is just a weekly thing, so you just tick the sessions that you did. I did Monday afternoon, I did Tuesday morning, I did Wednesday morning, I did Thursday afternoon, etc. Just tick the number of sessions that you did.
And you can put the date.
Yeah, make sure you put the date so we keep track of where you're at.
This is going to keep you accountable. So there's 40 pages of that for you to fill in through the half year. And at the end of the book,
we've just got some things that you need to have in place in order to be a successful swimmer. So you need to be coachable, which means that you need to be receptive to feedback and being able to apply that. So if I've asked you 15 times to streamline and you're still not streamlining, then you're not very coachable. Okay, but if you take the information on board and do your best and try to apply that and do that every time, then that's coachable, and I can work with that. Emotional balance, how you manage your feelings and how you work with your nerves leading up to training, leading up to racing, and this is something that we can help you with, that I can help you with, teach you strategies on how to manage that. Mental strength, are you tough, are you resilient, can you handle the work, can you handle the racing? And if you are having trouble with that, once again, I'm here to help you with that. We've got work ethic. Are you ready to work hard and put in the number of sessions and the quality of sessions every time? You do a great session and actually benefit from that long term rather than going through the motions and just ticking the box. So work ethic is important. Are you ready to work hard to get the results? And then over here we've got the squad culture. So you're all a part of that. You're all a part of contributing to a squad that is what I say high vibe, high level, a bunch of swimmers who want to be there and who are listening and who are doing their best, and you can see those sessions and you can feel those sessions, but not only in training but at the meets, getting behind your fellow swimmers. We've got some amazing club leaders and team managers and parents who are all helping with that. And the swimmers are crucial to being able to build that culture, and it comes back to those values too at the start, the good sportsmanship, the joy of swimming, striving for excellence, and you can promote that and build that and be a part of an amazing squad. These are all keys to success. If you want to be a successful swimmer, have a look at these and try and work on these.
And these are the ones from Jeff Hugel.
Yeah, these are from Jeff. So these are the key steps to achieve success, and you want a vision. So you need to actually visualize and imagine what you want from this sport, from your training. You need to take ownership, and this logbook is in part, it's going to help you with that. You can look back and see what you've done and see the improvement. but it's you ultimately, because I can tell you and I can encourage you, but at the end of the day it comes back to you. And then we've got the next one, you've got to believe. So you've got the vision, but unless you believe it, it might not happen. So you've got to actually want it, and you've got to believe in yourself. I usually say that before the races, believe in yourself. And then we've got accountability plan, and this is, okay, accountability, this is accountability. All right, you've got the logbook, now you've got to make the most of it. And that way you can say, Matt, I've done everything right. I'm getting the results. Okay, great. I'm not getting the results. Why? Okay, so we look back and we check. And then we've got it's all feedback, okay, not failure. There's no failure, guys, if you don't get a PB, if you don't win a race, there's nothing wrong with that. It's just a lesson. It's all part of the journey, and it's all feedback. So these are all tips that came from Jeff Hugel and his coach. His coach was quite amazing, and you can look up Ken Wood and look at the amazing results that he's got. So we thank Jeff for giving us this information. And
there's another page,
there's
on the
another
back.
page at the back. Tiger Sharks logbook, reflections for this session and for this season, and goals achieved. So this, you can look back at the end of the season and look at what you did really well. Look at the goals that you achieved. So check the front of the book where you wrote in the goals, and have I achieved those goals?
Some other goals you might want to think about are the championship award points, club awards,
star awards, club records, all things relating to our club.
And then think about your best memories of this season, so you can write them in throughout the season if you like.
Yeah.
What's some really great times that you've had with your swimming and your training and your events that you've been involved in.
You might want to say what your best carnival was. You might have had this carnival that you just loved and you did so well and you'll remember it forever. So just write down those things. It's good to reflect, and it's good to celebrate what you've done, what you did really well. And sometimes if you don't get the goals, it's just a chance to reflect. Maybe I made that goal a bit too hard. Maybe that goal was too easy. So, and then from year to year, you become more accountable, okay, and probably more successful. So have fun with the logbook, and if you have any questions, just ask me or ask Emma, or talk to each other. Okay, so we're all doing this, and we're all getting the most out of this amazing logbook. Emma created this. Thanks, Emma.
Mm-hmm.
And all right, see you at training.